This is a spontaneous protest. And this is saying that something has been brewing and boiling, and the men, they have reached boiling point this morning, and they have refused to work. About 3 hours now we are out here.
I'm just passing, and I was stopped by the operators expressing to me some concerns that they have as it relates to the Transport Authority.
What about the concern?
Concern as it relates to just arbitrary stopping them, giving them ticket for shirts that are summons, for shirts that are, they claim that is washed out and is worn. ID that they said is too dull. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if a man ID is dull, then it's the right of the Transport Authority to say, hey, you need to come down and get this ID changed. We can't see. Rather than giving a man a summon. You need to use your common sense. So, based on what I've heard, I have called the managing director, Mr. Ranson Smith, and he's prepared to meet them here tomorrow at 12 o'clock to have to hear their concern and to see how best we can resolve those issues. Because as you look, I don't think there's any route that have any cars right now. There are probably about over 100 operators are out here, probably nearly 200.
Since the incident with the alleged crash with the student, and then we realize the Transport Authority is not much operating, but we realize that they are in some areas now that causing traffic. Is that a concern?
That would definitely be a concern for me, and I'm glad you raised it with me. That simply means that our traffic committee right now at the council will have have a meeting with the Transport Authority, because you and I know that the traffic around the town of Mapen is pretty heavy, almost 24 hours a day. So for you to stop a vehicle inside the bridge, you're not using your discretion. And I'm expecting that personnel at the Transport Authority, just like an officer, at all times must use their discretion. So I am hoping that those issues we'll be able to resolve them tomorrow.
What you see happening here is as a result of extreme pressure being brought to bear on the operators that apply this route. We notice there are various operators that are here. They have withdrawn the service in protest of what they claim undue pressure being brought to bear on them from the Transport Authority. They complain about the action of the authorities in terms of their quickness in summoning the operators for maybe infractions that are minor, and they could maybe talk to the drivers in order to make the relationship between the operators and the Transport Authority better, more cohesive. Some time ago, I spoke to the local acting manager, and I told him about the relationship between the Transport Authority and the operators in general. And some little things were initiated last year, but it should be continued in order to bridge that gap, because I can tell you, the drivers, they're not pleased when they see the Transport Authority. And they should be pleased at those operators from the authorities who work with them or interface with them every day. But it's to the contrary. In the morning, the authority will come at Sunnyside. It's a favorite place for them to stop. And the drivers are trying to get people to work. I want to think that the authority may not be cognizant of the need of the drivers on the roads and the timing of the operation. Because the drivers, we carry the nation's children to school, we carry the nation's workers to work. We contribute to the growth and development of this country more than any other sector. I can almost claim that, because if we don't work, Jamaica don't run. And what we do is of such importance, and I don't think we have been treated with the same respect or that respect that is due. So I'm calling on the authorities. I'm so glad that the MD will be meeting with us tomorrow. All being well, we have to get a nice venue where we can sit and have discussions as to how the authorities carry out their duties, how we carry out our duties, and the interactions in a bid to have a better relationship as it relates to the operation of both teams, both us as operators and the Transport Authority as regulators. Because something is woefully lacking. This is a spontaneous protest, and this is saying that something has been brewing and boiling, and the men, they have reached boiling point this morning, and they have refused to work. About 3 hours now we are out here. I'm here with them because I want to hear. I have members out here. My other colleagues have members out here. But I'm here with them to hear the goals and try to keep situation relatively calm and controlled. And it has been good. So glad to see the mayor was here and he has represented well. I've not seen any other presidents, but I'm glad that the opportunity is here for our members to vent what they are feeling. So I'm hoping that tomorrow, when we meet with the managing director, a program can be charted in a bit to make the situation, make the relationship better. That is my aim, that's my dream. Make the relationship better between the operators and the chamber authority.